This is Dormouse03, continuing my Max Payne 3 old school walkthrough, and this is the second part of Chapter 11. So, the rest of this level, for the most part, sucks ass. So this part is terrible. You have awful cover there at the beginning, so what I do is, as quickly as possible, I run, I use bullet time, to get into this area right here. And I'm going to put some bullets into that vehicle up there to hopefully make it explode and kill a couple of guys. But this area just, it sucks. It sucks so bad because by this time I didn't have very many painkillers. I think I had 2 painkillers, and I'm trying to make that thing explode. There it finally goes. Jesus. But, the cover is horrendous where it loads you in, and because guys can catch you from the right at an angle, and then the rest of it is just glass, and so it might take you a couple of tries to get to run over here and survive the run over, because I had to use bullet time and shoot that guy on the far left because he was lighting me up every time. But that was the best way I found to get into this cover, and then you can sit here and peek out of this that window and blind fire and use bullet time out of this one to clear up the guys in this area so that you can semi-safely control this situation, because that part just, it was awful. It was awful. And then if you leave them alive, then they're going to be shooting you from the side as you go up the stairs into the next section, which is also awful. So you don't want to do that, but make sure you pick up the painkillers there. And you can play that piano if you're so inclined. But another thing that sucked about this section was it took so many bullets for me to kill those guys because I was trying to catch some of them with blind fire. And so I didn't have a whole lot of ammo. But if you're slightly more accurate than I was, then that might not be a problem for you. So anyway, those 2 guys come up and they'll try to get you up in the left section there in the middle, and you can take them out from the deck below. And then this part right here, these guys, because you come up, there is no cover here that you can get into, and luckily I had some painkillers to be able to deal with this situation. But he is so bobby on these stairs that it's hard to aim when you're coming up them. There I kind of sneakily grabbed that guy in the kneecaps. But it's just, the lack of cover is just, it's just awful, because there's nowhere for you to go. They're completely hidden, because, I mean, what's this table gonna do? It's not gonna do shit. Other than confuse that guy over to the left. I mean, I was lucky. He seems to be sort of, where did he go? Is that him behind that table? So yeah, I don't know. That section, just be careful with it, and try to be accurate and use your bullet time and do the best you can. But when that thing opens, I've cut out some sections here of walking around and picking up ammo and whatnot, because I wanted to get this all in one video. But when that door opens and closes and there are those 2 guys where I did the shoot dodge, be careful of them, because they can light you up pretty quickly, and as can pretty much anybody in this chapter. So but just be aware of them. And this section, oh god, this section sucks. I mean, this is like some circle of hell. And I think actually Max mentions the circles of hell, I think in this chapter. actually, a little bit later on when you're walking through the building after you go down the zip line. He actually talks about it, and maybe that's where the reference is coming from for me right now. But yeah, this place sucks, and just because they're above you, and this fight is long, because I don't want to use the sniper rifle that's over there in the truck, and they have a height advantage on you. They are super accurate with their bullets. You can't come out of cover for too long, or they will just kill you. And it just I was like thinking, where am I gonna go? I mean, I sat there for like a minute trying to think, what am I gonna do here? Because I don't know, it wasn't fun. But this piece of cover actually worked pretty well, and by that point I had killed almost everyone. But there is something to mention. From the part where you start in the truck over on your left, it's behind me right now. There is a sniper rifle and an ammo reload and some painkillers. And so that is something that you want to make sure you pick up, at least the ammo reload and the painkillers. I did not pick up the sniper rifle because I don't love the sniper rifles in this game, as I have talked about several times throughout this guide, because I dislike aiming the weapon with my left thumbstick, and I just haven't been able to figure out the control scheme to make it where it's a normal aiming and shooting. So I don't pick up the sniper rifle right here. But you can also use the truck as cover. I was kind of afraid that it might explode as they're sort of shooting it, but it never has exploded for me. So it may not. That might just be my paranoia at work. But here I am, sort of wasting bullets because I'm wanting to build up some bullet time. And so I'm picking up this revolver, which I don't particularly love, although it is really powerful. But I'm prioritizing those bullets. I'm prioritizing my assault rifle bullets because I know those are going to be able to do more damage at a longer range. So I blind fire there to build up some bullet time so that I can safely pop out and deal with these guys, because any time you are popping out of cover and you're not in bullet time, you are really vulnerable in this section, because they will hit you so quickly. And I'm making it look like it's not such a huge deal right now. I think I have taken a couple of painkillers, actually, just because they're so accurate. They're so accurate, and there's no way to take them out without coming out of cover for very long. So you just have to be careful. And then you move up here, and you're not done yet, because you have not gotten a checkpoint yet at this point. After you do all that, and I've used all those painkillers and gotten hurt so much, you still have these two douchebags to take care of before you can get a checkpoint. And right now I have used all of my painkillers, which is okay, because, you know, this is near the end of the level, and after you finish this firefight, there is nothing else that is super challenging. So right there, that's the last guy. Once you clean him up, you can breathe, because the rest of this is not too bad. There will be a couple of guys that spawn in right here, but you got a checkpoint there, and so you're okay. But before that, it was going to be all the way back to the beginning where you and Passos were up against the pylon. And I trimmed out a couple of the little short cutscenes in there where he runs up, but it's got 3 sections to that fight, to this fight here. The first section is back where you guys are both behind the concrete at the start. Then Passos will move up and it'll go into the second section, but you don't get a checkpoint there. And then the third part was when you move up again, when you did get that checkpoint. So, yeah. But make sure you go back to that truck at the beginning and reload your ammo. Although I do believe that you drop your weapons here, as Max is prone to do in these levels, which is sort of annoying because you pick up weapons, you pick up ammo, you get something that you like, and then he drops it. But at least he's dropping it right now because he's doing something cool, which is using this guy as a human shield while you go and take out these guys. And this part right here can be kind of challenging to get all of these guys because the guy that I'm going to shoot right there likes to hide back behind the cover, and it's hard to get them all. But if you can do it, you'll get an achievement, which is nice. Which I already had because I got it my first run through, so it didn't pop right there, but you will get an achievement for triggering the bullet cam right then, and you also make your life a little bit easier because you won't have guys shooting you from the side immediately. And so I might say just go back and play it a couple of times so that you can kill them all, or either immediately turn to your right and deal with them, maybe even turn on bullet time and deal with the guys who are left. So, and pick up some weapons because you dropped yours. So I hope you weren't in love with what you were carrying because you have to pick up whatever is available to you. And then I cut out a little part where I had sort of run around there collecting ammo, and then you go in this room and open the door here. And yeah, just be careful going through these corridors because guys will pop out like he just did. And this part right here is sort of bullshit because, again, you're going up these stairs and he can see you before you can see him, and so he got me a little bit. So just be careful as you're going up there, and make sure that you're not one bullet away from death because they can grab you. But then the rest of this is just going through these rooms. I didn't realize there were guys in there, and so I kind of stormed in. I did not see that guy hiding over behind that display case, but now you know there will be 2 guys hiding there. And just be careful and take them out, and the rest of this isn't too bad. But let me tell you what, that section where you were at the beginning of this video, where you were running along the outside of the boat with the glass and the row of guys, and then walking up the little stairs into the area where there is no cover for you, and there are dudes at a height advantage on you, and then that section at the beginning of this part where you are trying to kill those like 30 guys, it seems like, who are up on top of the tower ziplining across. Those sections are tough, to the point of probably frustration-inducing level of bullshit. So just, you know, if you get frustrated on that section, just persevere. You can do it. It is doable. If you like the sniper rifles, that will likely, the sniper that is up by the truck will likely make the section with the guys on the tower and the zip line more manageable than it was for me, just because you'll be able to see them better and not waste as many bullets and waste as much time out of cover as I did trying to pick them off. And that guy sort of runs over there, and you can grab him before he comes around for you, which is always a good thing. But yeah, I don't know, that the last, I guess, half of this level was one of the circles of hell. Maybe, I don't know, maybe Circle 5, which is a wrath, I believe. It's something. It's certainly hellish, but speaking of which, there are little animals on the sides of the display case right there, and I hate spiders, so I shot at the spider that's in the display case directly behind me, and he like squished and exploded, so that was cool. But anyway, thanks for watching. Hope it's been helpful, and I will see you in Chapter 12.